Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a great day. And by great, I do mean profitable. My name is Brian, and welcome to another amazing video on Autobahn Invest, where we attempt to make money fast, hence the name Autobahn. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, hitting that notification button, you'd be doing me a huge favor, and I greatly appreciate it. I hope you learn a couple things along the way and maybe a bit of entertainment when I try to be funny. I'm not funny very often, but I try to be. You can follow me on Twitter also at Autobahninvest1, and we've got a lot to talk about. Yesterday I published a video on my top 3 stocks for this year that are primed to go up 2x, 3x, 5x, and I'm really super excited about these. We saw a lot of price action in these names this morning and today in general, and so now is the time to giddy up and get on board, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so let's start with QuantumScape. The action in this today is absolutely superb. I mean, it's really, quite frankly, exceeding my expectations. On, what was it, Friday of last week, I guess it was? Yeah, the market was closed Monday. We saw a nice pop off of just a rounding base below the 50-day moving average. I mean, look, a good like 14, 15 points below the 50-day moving average. And you can see MACD was down, hovering around below the zero, and looked like it was going to cross over. We got that crossover on Friday of last week with a nice bump on nice heavy volume. It consolidated on Tuesday. Monday, the market was closed. And yesterday they announced earnings, and the CEO was on CNBC. Hopefully you caught that video or that interview. It was absolutely fantastic. Pre-revenue company, which I love because that's where dreams come true. It leaves a lot to the imagination, and the imagination can always go higher than reality. So I like these pre-revenue companies. This is in a hot space, and now we have today just an absolute confirmation of the breakout. And if you look at the daily chart, it's just looking so strong here. It opened up down just about a little bit below the 50-day moving average of 62 and change, and immediately popped up to just about $70, and then came back down, and has now been riding this all day. So what that looks like here on the 5-day, if I pull that out a little bit, it keeps bumping up on Yahoo charts. It gets bouncing off of that blue line, which you love to see. And quite frankly, on the monthly here, or let's do the 3 months here so you can see that 50-day, there's confirmation. It came down on the 50-day moving average of 62.71 as it stands right now, bounced solidly 10% up off of that. Now in the short term, again, I'm looking for that gap fill to the 84.50 mark, 84.45, somewhere between 83, 85, somewhere in there in the short term move. And today it gives me absolute more confidence that that's going to occur in the short term than shorter than longer. And I'm playing this with March strike priced options, but that are now, I bought out of the money last Friday off of that move, and now are in the money. They're $60 strike price options that have gone up to date. So far this week, I can tell you what those are priced at currently. They're up to $16.10. I bought at $6.80 on Friday. So certainly 134% move. I expect this to go much higher. And today, and look, as it is right as I'm recording this, which is about 2:15 Eastern time, we're getting further confirmation of the move to 70. It definitely looks like we want to go above that or close that gap in the short term. Now, for this year, I think the stock is moving to new highs in short order. I'm just talking about what I think is happening here between now and March. I think that gap gets filled. We should see some resistance here in the low 70s. This bar right here on January 7th, where it had a high of 71 and a close of 62 that day. That somewhere in that low 70s mark needs to get cleared. But we've got the volume today coming in at 32 million shares traded so far. So it's really, really, really positive. And by the way, the low of January 7th was at $60.10. Coincidentally, today traded at a low of $60.08 and opened at 62.30, just a fraction below the 50-day moving average. Bounced on that this morning and is now riding higher. So I really think QuantumScape is something you got to pay attention to. Any dip in the short term is worth buying. That's what the technical analysis is saying right now. Today, though it looked like a major move sideways for most of the day, we'll see what it does into close. But as I record this now, we're hitting up against close to new highs for the sessions on what's a really pretty poor tape for today. Okay, so Galactic, guys, I believe in this thing so much. It had a huge volume come in around 10:30 this morning. The best I could find that this occurred was rumors on Twitter going around that the launch window was opening up for the test this weekend. I've seen no confirmation of that from Virgin Galactic, though there's been talk about it basically all day over on Twitter. But and it was trading down. It traded down to around the 47 mark today, and before that news, it went from 47 to 53 in the time span of about 15 minutes. So, a solid $6 move just based on rumor, with no confirmation from Virgin Galactic. So, as I look at this chart, and I'll take it over here, it definitely looks like it's rolling over, right? It looks like it's going to try to come down and hit that 50-day moving average. It's currently around 35 and change. The MACD had a negative crossover and is now trending lower. So it definitely, the chart definitely says consolidation and some near-term pullback, but we don't know when this launch window is going to open up. And that launch window showed today, even rumors on it can move this stock really quick. So I don't think it's worth getting out of. I see this as a $100 stock by the end of the year. And, a lot of people are playing or swing trades on it and trying to time it. I believe it's impossible. And this morning's move on a rumor showed me further confidence that not only that it's impossible for me, at least, to move with it that quick, but also that I need to stay in it. I don't know what the next 15 minutes is gonna hold. But I do think further consolidation is warranted in this stock, and I think that it's interesting to me that right now the support level and the 50-day moving average level, in an environment where we have a negative crossover in the MACD, are at the same sort of amount, around the $35, $36. So for me, I'm not adding anything to this position right now. I'll wait to see if it does come down to that below $40, $37 to $35 mark. I would add back at that time. But I definitely think that people have gotten complacent, and just patience is wearing thin on this name right now. And as a result, with we had a strong pennant occur that had a breakdown, and what was expected didn't happen, and now people are losing patience with this security, which is going to provide a massive opportunity for those that will just sit back and wait and buy in at the right time. You get this thing, the difference between getting it now at $49 and it goes to $100 this year, that's a nice double. Good for you. You get this down in the mid 30s and it goes to 100. That's damn near a triple this year. So I definitely think it's worth sitting around and waiting for things to die down a little bit. Remember, we don't chase. We're not going to FOMO anything here. We want to see where this goes and track it accordingly. Tilray had great earnings yesterday, and the stock went up, hit 35 this morning out of the gate, and has since come back down to 30. It definitely, again, we have got a negative crossover in the MACD off of that huge pop last week. Support for this is around the 23 $24 area. Will it get that low? Who knows? But if it does, again, this should be, in my mind, a multi-$100, $200 stock this year. With what's going on in the federal government around cannabis legalization, the talk that's there, the environment is absolutely primed for this, and the market opportunity for this security is just absolutely huge, measured in the billions of dollars. They're a huge market leader, the name in the space. Besides this, and maybe Canopy is another one that's worth watching. But you cannot argue with the absolute crazy opportunity that exists for these guys. And look, this was a $5 stock a few months ago, and it exploded to $65, $70. Yes, it needs to consolidate. Hell, it deserves to consolidate. But the game is not over by any stretch for this. There's just too much good things coming. So again, if you're sitting on this and you FOMO'd into it, I know this hurts right now. You've lost half of your money, and the emotion that's tied to that is really, really hard. It's time to slow things down. Yes, this can go lower. It's hard to say which way it's going to go. The chart, the technical analysis absolutely looks like it's going to go lower. It's not the time that I would add to my position in this yet, but the time is coming. The time will come where it's maximum pain for those that bought in on the last pump, and when that maximum pain is occurring, it's the buy low, sell high. That's so difficult to do. That's so difficult to do because emotions take over, and when something's going down, we think, oh my God, it's going to go down to zero. And it's not. It's not. This is not going to go down to zero. This is such an amazing company and an amazing ground floor opportunity that you just got to buy at the right time, and it'll make all the difference in the world to your total value of your account and your ability to retire at the age of 80 versus 40. So it's all about when you buy, and now it's not the right time to buy, but you definitely need to be watching the space. If you want to buy anything, wait for this QuantumScape to pull back some. See if it pulls back. It's now bumping up against. It is really trying to get over 70 this afternoon. It's so exciting. It's really going to be exciting to see if it can make it over that 70, and how fast it's going to close that gap up into the $82, $84 range. And what happens after that? Will it consolidate more, or is this the beginning of a move to a new all-time high? I mean, this is it. So, look, if you're in this name, congratulations. If you're not in this name, it's worth sort of waiting to see if we get a little bit of a pullback here. I'd try to play it off of that 50-day moving average, which is around that 62.70 mark. But don't FOMO. Don't go chasing. It's not. There's always another winner. So you don't have to chase. That's just it. You don't have to chase. But if you're in this name, congratulations to you, and let's see how high we can ride it. So anyway, that's what I got today. Look, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude with a computer that really enjoys talking about this stuff. I hope you like listening to it. I hope you're learning something along the way about some of these names and when to buy and when to sell and blah, blah, blah. But don't buy or sell anything just because I'm talking about it. Do your own research and really recognize that I'm not a financial advisor, and this is just a hobby of mine, something I love doing. But if you do enjoy and would feel so inclined to subscribe, man, that would be awesome and mean the world to me. So thank you in advance for that, hitting that notification button so you're notified when I do videos. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great rest of your day, a very profitable day in this tape that's not really doing too hot today with the market down a little bit. But nothing to get nervous about. It's certainly up from its lows. It's at down 94 right now on the Dow, and it was down 300 earlier. So certainly trying to make its way back up. It's very positive, very positive. So anyway, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.